WPIAL podcast, Trib Live High School Sports Network. We have come to the end, almost, of the WPIAL 2025-2026 regular season in high school basketball, boys and girls. And the playoff fields are set, almost. We are recording this on Saturday afternoon, so there are a couple question marks still for the boys. Girls' playoff field is set at 81 teams. So let's run down. We're just basically going to go over the teams. Remember, Monday, 210. Little 210 special. We will have the WPIAL Basketball Playoff Pairing Show, a tradition like no other, here on the Trib Live High School Sports Network. 210 on Monday afternoon here on the network. We'll run down all the brackets, all 12 tournaments, 6 boys and 6 girls. So here are the teams that have qualified for the upcoming postseason. Start with the girls in Class 6A, 9 teams. That means there will be one first-round matchup and everybody else into the quarterfinals. Out of Section 1, co-champions Pine Richland and Seneca Valley, North Allegheny and North Hills qualify out of Section 1. Section 2, Cannon McMillan. Congratulations to the Big Macs. Section champions, Norwin, Upper St. Clair, Hempfield, and Mount Lebanon. Also into the postseason in girls 6A. Girls 5A set for 16 teams. It's a full bracket. No prelims and no byes. Plum is your Section 1 champion. Fox Chapel, Penn Hills, Franklin Regional also qualifying. Section 2, co-champions, Indiana, Penn Trafford. Co-champions always make things a little more interesting when you're trying to seed. Latrobe, Kisk area also out of Section 2. South Fayette, the heavy favorite. They are the Section 3 champs. West Allegheny, Chartiers Valley, and Mars qualify. And in Section 4, Thomas Jefferson is your section champion. Baldwin, Trinity, Peters Township, by virtue of their victory over Bethel Park on Friday, into the postseason. So the defending 5A champions do get in. They were a little touch and go there. Class 4A, 14 teams into the postseason. That means there will be 2 first-round byes. Section 1, Oakland Catholic, your section champion. North Catholic, Borough, and Freeport also in. Blackhawk, your Section 2 champion. Beaver, Hampton, Lincoln Park, and Hopewell. They beat Ambridge on Saturday, so the Vikings are playoff bound. And Bell Vernon, your Section 3 champions. Elizabeth Forward, South Park, Mount Pleasant, Laurel Highlands, all in. In Class 3A, set with 15 teams, there will be 1 first-round bye. Beaver Falls is your Section 1 champion. Quaker Valley, Our Lady of the Sacred Heart, Riverside, Stowe Rocks, and Mohawk, all playoff bound. Section 2, Shadyside Academy, the section champs. Greensburg Central Catholic, Avonworth, Deer Lakes, South Allegheny, all in. And in Section 3, Seton LaSalle is your section champion. Waynesburg Central, McGuffey, and Keystone Oaks into the playoffs. Class 2A, same situation. 16 teams, no byes, no preliminary round games. Neshannock is your Section 1 champion. Aliquippa, Rochester, and Laurel also playoff bound. Fort Cherry, your Section 2 champion. Burgettstown, Southside, Brentwood into the postseason. Chartiers Houston wins Section 3. California, Beth Center, and Bentworth headed to the playoffs. And in Section 4, Winchester Thurston, your section champion. Riverview, Jeanette, and Apollo Ridge also into the playoffs. Class A, 11 teams are in, 5 first-round byes. In Section 1, your section champion is Aquinas Academy, Union, St. Joe's, Sewickley Academy, and Eden Christian Academy, also playoff bound. Section 2 co-champs, Sarah Catholic beating Geibel Catholic in the final section game. So the Gators and Eagles are co-champions. West Green, Bishop Canevin, Monessen, and Clairton into the playoffs. The 2025 runners-up, the Clareton Bears, make it on the last day of the regular season. So 11 teams in Class A. So I'll be doing my bracketology. It might be already up on the site by the time you see this podcast. Check it out. Everybody has their 2 cents. Everybody has their opinions. It's not ironclad by any means, but it's a fun process, and folks enjoy checking it out and comparing it to what they have. There are some big-time debates coming up in the girls' side as far as who will be the number 1 seed. In Class 6A, it is a toss-up. My pick will be Pine Richland, but outright Pine Richland shared the section title with Seneca Valley. The Rams beat the Raiders on Thursday to earn a share of the section title. A lot of folks might say, well, you got to go with Section 2 outright winner, Cannon McMillan, and that nothing wrong with that either. But that is a interesting one to kind of watch for on Monday, who gets the number 1 seed in 6A. 5A, I think it's kind of a no-brainer. South Fayette, the team to beat. 4A is a good debate. 2 teams, I think, have a strong resume to decide who is the top seed. Is it Section 1 winner Oakland Catholic? Is it Section 2 winner Blackhawk? I'm giving the edge to the Cougars, undefeated on the regular season, but they've been number 1 before and have faltered, so they might prefer to be actually number 2 when all is said and done. 3A, Shady Side Academy. Beaver Falls undefeated. Congratulations to the Tigers, but Shady Side Academy, strong resume, the team to beat. And by the way, speaking of Shady Side Academy, one of the reasons I am going with Pine Richland over Cannon McMillan in 6A, Pine Richland beat Shady Side Academy, one of the few losses the Bulldogs have to WPIAL competition. So, big-time feather in the cap. But I like Shady Side Academy as number 1 in Class 3A. Class 2A, Neshannock, I think that's kind of a given that the Lancers will be in the top seed. And in Class A, maybe more of a debate if Geibel Catholic ends up undefeated and beats Sarah Catholic. But, excuse me, with the Gators losing to the Eagles, we'll go with Aquinas Academy as the number 1 seed in girls Class A. Let's jump over to the boys. Again, there are still, as of this taping, some teams that could still get into the party. Class 6A. Wait a second. Gotta get the wrong one. I think McGuffey has a chance. Cornell still has a chance on Saturday, later on Saturday, to get into the playoffs. So that field is not set. The 81 teams is set for girls basketball. Boys basketball right now, still a couple of teams up for grabs. Let's go break it down what we have. 6A, set with 11 teams. Newcastle, your Section 1 champion. Seneca Valley, North Hills, Pine Richland, Fox Chapel, and Woodland Hills could not beat North Hills to get in, so the Wolverines are out. North Allegheny and Butler had already been eliminated from that wild chase all year long in Section 1. Co-champs in Section 2, Upper St. Clair and Central Catholic. Hempfield and Mount Lebanon, Norwin and Imani Christian. Both the Knights and the Saints lose on Friday, yet because they end up tied and they split against each other, both teams make it. So 11 teams in boys basketball 6A, there will be 5 first-round byes. In Class 5A, 19 teams are headed to the playoffs. So that's 3 preliminary round games. Gateway, your Section 1 champion. Franklin Regional, Penn Trafford, McKeesport, Latrobe, and Laurel Highlands. McKeesport, Latrobe, and Laurel Highlands all winning on Friday to get into the dance. Section 2, Penn Hills, your section champion. Shaler, Indiana, and Hampton winning Friday to get in. Thomas Jefferson, your Section 3 winner. Peters Township, South Fayette. Ringgold wins, Baldwin loses, Highlanders out, Rams in. And in Section 4, Chartiers Valley, your section champion. Lincoln Park, Moon, Montour, and Mars get in. Both Montour and Mars losing on Friday, but again, they were tied. So they split against each other, and they both qualify. And there's a chance that both will be playing in one of those preliminary round games. Class 4A set, 14 teams. There will be 2 first-round byes. Co-champions in Section 1, North Catholic and Knock, Burrell, Deer Lakes, and Highlands. Golden Rams winning Friday to get into the postseason. Section 2, Quaker Valley, your outright champion. Central Valley, Hopewell, and Avonworth are playoff bound. Congratulations to the Dairy Trojans. First championship since long before I was around, 1957. That's a long time when you start thinking about it. They are the outright section champions. Big win over Elizabeth Ford on the road on Friday. EF, Bell Vernon, East Allegheny, and Greensburg-Salem in. Both the Wildcats and Golden Lions winning on Friday to clinch a playoff berth. Class 3A, perfect bracket, 16 teams, no byes, no prelims. Mohawk, your Section 1 champion, Aliquippa, Elwood City, Riverside, also in. In Section 2, Bishop Canavan, your section champion, Keystone Oaks, Washington, Stowe Rocks in. McGuffey could join if they beat Washington on Saturday afternoon. Section 3, South Park, Seton LaSalle, South Allegheny, and Shadyside Academy are all in. Seton LaSalle playing South Allegheny for a share of the section title. South Park has clinched a share of the section title. Section 4, Southmoreland is your outright champion. Ligonier Valley, Charleroi, and Waynesburg Central are also in. All right, 2A, 19 teams, same as Class 5A. So there will be 3 preliminary round games. Jeanette comes back to beat Clairton and win the Section 1 title outright. Clairton, Bentworth, Springdale, Greensburg Central Catholic, all playoff bound out of Section 1. Sewickley Academy, undefeated Section 2 champs. Eden Christian Academy, Winchester Thurston, and Brentwood also in from Section 2. Section 3, Chartiers Houston and Jefferson Morgan, co-champions after the Rockets beat the Buccaneers on Friday. Fort Cherry, Beth Center, and West Green also in to the postseason. Co-champions in Section 4, Neshannock and Our Lady of the Sacred Heart split their matchups during the regular season, beat everybody else. Co-champions also joining them out of Section 4, Laurel, Shenango, and Union. All right, finally, Class A, 2 spots to be decided. Right now, Section 1, Nazareth Prep is your section champion. Avella, Aquinas Academy, and Summit Academy are in. Cornell with a victory over Summit Academy and the Knights' loss to Nazareth Prep. Cornell is playoff bound. Yes, Summit Academy playing 2 games on Saturday. Section 2, Neighborhood Academy, the defending WPIAL champions, now 2-time section champions. Sarah Catholic and Monessen are in. The winner of St. Joe's at Geibel Catholic is also playoff bound in boys. So what about the top seeds in boys? Again, great debate in 6A. Newcastle, outright Section 1 champs. Upper St. Clair and Central Catholic, co-champions in Section 2. Central Catholic with 2 losses. St. Clair with 1 loss. Newcastle with 1 loss. Strong resumes. I'm going to lean toward the 2-time defending champions and go with Upper St. Clair. Don't be surprised if it's Newcastle at number 1 because they're the outright champions. The committee might have that mindset, but I'm going with Upper St. Clair at number 1 in Class 6A. 5A, not sure that there's much debate here. Again, defending champions. Chartiers Valley, they've been number 1 really since the get-go. They were preseason number 1. They will likely get the number 1 seed in Class 5A. 4A, interesting debate. Again, between 3 teams, much like 6A. You have co-champions, North Catholic and Knock in Section 1. And then you have Quaker Valley, outright champions of a pretty strong Section 2. I'm going with the Quakers, so I'm kind of going against what I did in 6A, where I went with a co-champion. Here I'm going with the outright champion in Quaker Valley. So it's almost like, throwing darts, and you might hit one of the targets, one of those two targets. You might be right. It depends. Again, the committee may decide outright champion holds credibility over co-champions, and there's nothing wrong with that. Class 3A Mohawk, I think, is the clear-cut number one team in that classification. 2A, don't forget about Jeanette, defending champs, but Sewickley Academy likely will get the number one seed when those brackets are announced. And in Class A, I think you go with Neighborhood Academy, the defending champions. So we could see, you're hearing me say a lot the term defending champions. You could see a lot of repeat winners when all is said and done at the end of the month, but long way to go between now and then. The fun starts Monday, 2:10. We will have the WPIAL playoff pairing show coming up. That's always a lot of fun. And then we get ready. I believe the committee, the game plan tentatively is for a Thursday, Friday start. We got some preliminary round games on the boys' side, so those games will probably get done first, but we'll probably see some first round games. They try to stay away from that first Saturday just because of all the college basketball still going on from an official standpoint. So we'll see what happens. All right. Hope you enjoyed this. Hope these have been good. We'll keep it going. We'll do like a weekly, maybe on a Sunday, what has happened this past week as far as the WPL playoffs, and then eventually the PIAA playoffs are concerned. But we'll keep this particular podcast going. Hope you're enjoying it. Thanks to producer Chris Lackner for his help. I'm Don Rebel. We'll talk to you on Monday. Rebel Yell Podcast, Trib Live High School Sports Network.